President Bola Tinubu has called for a new sustainable funding model for Nigeria's university system, warning that national development goals will remain out of reach without it. Speaking at the University of Ibadan 77th Foundation Day, the president, who was represented, acknowledged the deep-rooted challenges of inadequate funding facing the education sector. While commending university unions for their understanding, he urged them to partner with the government to craft a realistic model that reflects Nigeria's economic realities. He challenged all universities to reposition themselves as the true hubs of innovation and knowledge creation to fulfill their core mandate for national progress. Joining us for an analysis about a realistic funding model for universities and what areas to look at for the benefit of Nigeria's university system is Arise news analyst Dayo Sobowale. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Many thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here, Suja.
Absolutely. We know for a fact that you're very passionate about education, free education specifically. But when you look at this call being made by the president, how do you think, what are the specifics of this funding model that might differ from what we've seen with the likes of TET Fund and other direct budgetary systems?
Yes, TET Fund and the student loan scheme are part of effort to achieve this sustainability he's talking about. And it's an admission that they have problems funding the university system. You know, it's even appealing to an old foe of government in this regard, the unions, to try and put heads together. That the sustainability cannot be there because there are priorities for government. Other areas of the economy are looking up to government to fund them. That they should use, maybe I'm putting it crudely now, use their brains, because they are supposed to have surplus brains there now, good quality ones, to innovate a way out. That government cannot, see, it is about, you mentioned my love for education now. I've always wanted free education at all levels. Yep. But I was told by my professor, as far back as in the university, that there are competing priorities for government. And every government has a budget. So there is a limit to her. So he's asking them to use their skills, their innovation. They are the ivory tower. Get me? Especially the unions. It's appealing to those ASU people that instead of going on strike and closing the universities, use your brains to help us out. Because you cannot always have the funds to spoon feed you or to pay your salaries and all the accoutrements of office that you ask us for. So it's a very pragmatic approach. It may sound, it is not helpless, it is asking for help and some moderation in the way they carry out their trade union activity. And I welcome it. And you see, look at you are at 77. I will not blame it because universities all over the world have expanding needs. And they have to look for ways of sustaining what they are doing. You have endowments, you have public sector donations, you have people doing corporate social responsibility and funding chairs. But what he is saying is that please don't rely on government alone. You get me? Use innovation, your skills, the technology at your disposal to find a funding strategy that will make you, even if possible, independent of government funding. It is an appeal. It is, they cannot abandon the university system, get me? But it's asking them to help government help the system out, economically, financially. Let's leave it at that.
And, you know, timing-wise, when do you foresee that we can actually see an improvement in the university level of our education? I mean, I think when I talk to, you know, parents or grandparents, they'll talk a lot about how, you know, schools like UI or just other universities within the country were so strong before, and there was such a quick fall from grace, it seems. And so, you know, when can we get a sense that our universities will kind of go back to what they used to be?
Simple answer. You see, good times don't last. Good times don't last. When we started, I think we have 5 universities. I'm very proud of you, although if I have to defend Ife, where I went to, I will always tell you it's better than you are. You get me? We had 5 universities. When I was in school, we had 1 student to a room. You get me? And you could see the quality of food and things. But my younger brother is a lawyer. He's a lawyer. When he was at the same school, when I was saying up Ife, great Ife, he would tell me, Ross, it's not the same Ife that you went to. The circumstances have changed. You see, when the times are good and government remembers the university system, they throw money into it. You get me? But as you see now, we are in dire straits in terms of security, in terms of so many inadequacies, in terms of governance and government. You get me? So the needs, the competing needs for government attention, economically and financially, there are so many. That is why one should appreciate. It's a call for help from within by this president. And the eggheads in the university should take it as a challenge. I wonder why they have not been able to do it. Get me? Although it's not peculiar to us, if you see what Trump is doing in the US, he's trying to use government pause to force the universities to tow his ideas and teach subjects that are favorable to conservative ideas and culture. He has cancelled funds for Harvard and so on. They have taken him to court. So you can see one end there, we have inadequate funds. Over there, somebody is using funds to castrate the universities. so there are 2 different ends of the same thing. So he's asking for help, but he's asking for help in terms of sustainability ideas from within the universities, in terms of maybe from innovations to sell, you get me? Or ideas to sell so that they generate income and they can fund themselves and their research and stop closing the universities and sending our students doing, what do you call it now, Jakwa, or something like that. So it's an appeal, and I think it's made in good faith.
All right. Well said, Mr. Sobowale. Now, knowing your obvious passion for education, if you were brought in as a consultant, let's say, to advise on how the university should proceed, what would lead to a more sustainable university system, what would be 3 top non-negotiables that you might suggest?
Tall order. The first one is the university community to close up with government and look for ways to fund itself. There was a time when the science faculties, the technology faculties, they were making products they were selling out. You get me? Have a close mind on government funding. If it comes, fine. You get me? Then find people who will help you with your research, give you funds for your research, for things that can have immediate monetization. Different technologies that you can sell immediately. Or, you see, well, I think even Tinubu said it, they should be market-oriented. You get me? In terms of ideas. Find ideas that can sell in the market, generate funds. Quick funds, not long-term funds. And depend less on government funding. Because at the end of the day, you saw what Trump did now. It made them vulnerable. Harvard, all these great institutions. And they are, even their alumni who are coming to their aid now. We have great, okay, you are 77 years. I'm sure the alumni, some of the richest people, some of the most brilliant professors have come out of that. They can help them out. With maybe grants from universities or exchange programs with universities. When I was at Ife, Wisconsin was helping us out in several faculties, and we benefited immensely with emeritus professors who don't need to be paid, but that eases the strain on the budget. So they should look outwards and try to be self-independent from within. That's about the only way out. In addition to listening to what the president is pleading about. Yes. They marry all those together. We'll have the free university system of my dream. Yes. Okay.
And, you know, in terms of just hearing you talk about all of these different things, how much oversight should there be? You know, hearing you talk about, you know, raising funds, I feel like there's always this fear that the money could just end up in someone's pocket.
Yeah, well, corruption, if you have that fear, you will not do anything. I'm not saying corruption is a culture, although I was quoted out of context the other time. But you all know it's pervasive in our society. You just have to, how do I put it, have the hope that the money, you see, the important thing in strategic planning is that if you put a plan in place or you delegate responsibility, you don't abandon it. You must monitor what, you must have various feedbacks to make sure that the integrity of the project is guaranteed and that the response and the availability and distribution of funds is according to what you planned. That is it. It's not all Nigerians who are corrupt. And I would want to believe that in the university system, you have more honest people who are more interested in the academia, who are more honest than maybe the rest of society. Maybe for us, that's why we put them in charge of our electoral system. Let's leave it at that for now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sobowale, for doing justice to this topic. We appreciate your time, as always. Thank you.